They rejected you. They walked away. They said you weren't the one. But what if I told you that their decision wasn't final, that it was just a temporary mental script? What if you could rewrite that script, bypass their defenses, and make them question ever leaving you? This isn't about begging or pleading. This is psychological infiltration. Because rejection isn't a logical conclusion. It's an emotional fortress built to protect their ego. And if you understand the hidden pathways of the human mind, the triggers for attachment, doubt, and nostalgia, you can dismantle that fortress brick by brick until all that's left is the desire to come back. Tonight I will give you the keys to their subconscious. We're going to explore the precise psychological techniques that deconstruct the logic of rejection, turning their certainty into confusion, their distance into longing, and their final decision into their biggest regret. By the end of this session, you will understand how to transform their memory of you from a closed chapter into an unfinished story they desperately need to complete. Here's the secret most people will never grasp. Rejection isn't an erasure of you, it is a recategorization. When someone rejects you, their mind is flooded with a powerful psychological conflict known as cognitive dissonance. They have memories of the good times, the connection, the attraction. But their decision to leave contradicts those positive feelings. To resolve this mental chaos, the brain takes a shortcut. It creates a new narrative. They'll tell themselves stories like, "We were just too different. The timing was wrong. I'm looking for something else." These are not truths. They are self-preservation mechanisms, mental files created to justify their decision and silence the guilt. But these files are fragile. They are built on rationalization, not reality. And the emotional data, the laughter, the intimacy, the connection, it doesn't just disappear. It gets archived, stored deep within their limbic system, waiting for the right signal to be reactivated. That's your entry point. That's the vulnerability in their armor. You don't fight their logic, you bypass it. You trigger the archived emotions, and their carefully constructed narrative begins to crumble. This isn't manipulation, it's emotional science. You are simply reminding their mind of a truth it chose to forget. Tonight we begin with step 1, the disappearance. The most common mistake people make after rejection is trying to prove their worth. They text, they call, they post stories designed to make the other person jealous. This is a fatal error. All it does is validate the rejector's decision. It signals desperation, and desperation is the antithesis of attraction. Your first move is to do the one thing they don't expect. You vanish. Completely. This isn't just about not contacting them. This is about removing every trace of your emotional reaction from their world. You go silent on social media. You don't ask mutual friends about them. You create an absolute, deafening void where your presence used to be. This is a psychological pattern interrupt. They have a script in their head for how this is supposed to play out. They expect you to chase, to plead, to be heartbroken. When you do none of those things, their script breaks. The human mind abhors a vacuum. By creating a void, you force their mind to start asking questions. Why aren't they reaching out? Are they okay? Did they even care at all? This is the Zeigarnik effect in action, the psychological principle that states people remember uncompleted or interrupted tasks better than completed ones. Your silence transforms your story together from a finished book into a chapter that ends mid-sentence. Their brain will be compelled to seek closure to fill in the blanks. They will start searching for you, not because they miss you yet, but because their mind cannot handle the unresolved loop you've created. You have now shifted the power dynamic. You are no longer the one seeking answers. They are. Now we move to step 2, the echo technique. After a period of complete silence, typically several weeks, long enough for their emotional defenses to lower, you are going to re-enter their world, but not as yourself. You will re-enter as an echo. An echo is a faint, indirect reminder of a shared positive memory. It is not a direct message. It is a carefully placed trigger that reactivates the archived emotional data we talked about earlier. Let's say you both loved a specific obscure band. You will post a story on your social media, not mentioning them, not with a sad caption, but just a 15-second clip of that band's song playing in your car. Or perhaps you shared a unique inside joke about a particular movie. You might post a meme related to that movie with no context. The target of this technique must not feel like it's for them. It must appear as if you were simply living your life, and this detail just happens to be a part of it. This is crucial. If they suspect you are doing it to get their attention, the spell is broken. The echo must feel like a coincidence. What this does psychologically is bypass their conscious, logical mind, the one that rejected you, and speaks directly to their subconscious, where the positive memories are stored. When they see the trigger, their brain won't process it as a message from you. Instead, it will retrieve the dormant emotion associated with that memory. They won't think, "They're trying to get me back." They will simply feel a sudden, unexplainable wave of nostalgia, a flicker of warmth. They will feel the emotion first, and only then will their brain connect it to you. This creates a state of confusion. Why am I suddenly feeling this way? Their carefully constructed narrative that it was the right decision is now being challenged by their own neurochemistry. You haven't said a word to them, yet you are already rewriting their emotional state. This leads us to step 3, the reversal of roles. At this stage, their curiosity is piqued. The silence made them question. The echo made them feel. Now, their brain is actively trying to solve the puzzle of you. It's highly likely they will reach out. It may be a simple, trivial message, a reply to your story, a happy birthday, or a how have you been. This is the moment where 99% of people fail. They see the message and collapse back into neediness, revealing their hand. You will not. When they reach out, you will embody the role of the indifferent gatekeeper. Your response should be polite but brief, calm but distant. You give them nothing to hold on to. If they ask, "How have you been?" a weak response is, "I've been okay. Been thinking about you a lot." A powerful response is, "Doing well, thanks. Hope you are too." You are polite, you are civil, but you are closed. You are a locked door. This is psychological torture for someone expecting to find you waiting for them. You are reversing the roles of the rejection. You are now the one who is subtly, quietly, and politely rejecting their attempt to reconnect. You are communicating without words that their access to you is no longer guaranteed. You have moved on, and your world no longer revolves around them. This triggers one of the most powerful motivators in human psychology, the fear of loss. The very thing they thought they wanted distance from you is now being given to them, and suddenly it's the last thing they want. Their mind will race. "Wait, I was the one who ended it. Why are they acting like they're over it? Did I make a mistake? The final step is step 4, the controlled implosion. After your brief, indifferent interaction, you disappear again. But this time, your silence is different. Before it was a question mark, now it is a period. It feels final. You have proven that you can live without them, and this plants a seed of panic in their mind. During this second period of silence, you live your life, and you live it well. This is not for show. This is for you. You focus on your purpose, your health, your friendships. Your energy is not directed at getting them back. It is directed at building a life they would be foolish to have left. And here is where the implosion happens. Left alone with their thoughts, the echoes you planted, and the indifference you showed them, their entire narrative of the breakup will collapse. The rationalizations, it was for the best, we weren't compatible, will be drowned out by the reactivated emotions of what they lost and the terrifying possibility that they can never get it back. They will start to remember the good times not as memories but as tangible losses. Their ego, which once protected them, is now their tormentor, replaying the scenario where they let you go. This is cognitive dissonance in reverse. Their current reality, a life without you, is now in conflict with the reawakened desire to be with you. To resolve this new conflict, their mind will begin to create a new narrative. Leaving them was the biggest mistake of my life. They will come back, not with a casual text, but with urgency, with emotion, with a confession. And at that moment, you will have a choice. But you will be choosing from a position of power, not desperation. You will have successfully rewired their perception, not by changing who you are, but by understanding the hidden mechanics of their mind. This is the architecture of attraction. It's not magic. It's a methodology, a system for turning the pain of rejection into the power of obsession. If you are ready to master not just this technique, but the entire framework of psychological influence, of understanding how human desire is created, broken, and rebuilt, then follow this channel. We are just scratching the surface. Your journey into the art of psychological leverage has only just begun.